Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1. Man, I'm excited. A lot of research has been going on with me for the last 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, something like that. Man, the Lord's been downloading all kinds of stuff to me. And it's been hard to put this thing together because every time I try to put this thing together, just more insight, more understanding comes to me. So I am so excited to get this out to you. This is a part one. There's gonna be a part two. Man, and I almost had the part two finished. There's some other things I have to do to put together to get that done. So I decided to make this part one and put it out so it wasn't going to go any longer. So, man, I'm excited to bring this out to you. This is a culmination of so many years of understanding and mysteries that the Lord has put before me, and to finally bring it out and understand this is December and it's finally the right year and everything. I'm so excited. So again, this is still my speculation, and that's all I've ever done is speculate about the time that was coming, that the Lord has shared with a lot of you, that the time that's coming. And again, regarding you that have been, following me and waiting for all this stuff that's good with the Lord and everything like that, man, your patience is going to be rewarded massively. Just do not turn back now. A lot of people have been turning back to the world, to Trumple and his false saviorness and all that stuff. He is not the AC. It's Stinky BO, the 44th Prez. But he is the false John, the dark John the Baptist, as I'm going to show more in the second video. But so this is kind of tee it up. This is massively important stuff to tee up the second one as well. So the whole thing is going to be filled with all kinds of amazing stuff, really. Numerically, symbolically, more symbolically in the next video. But so I'm excited. So let's just get right down to it. Go right into it here. So again, I'm the Exalted Lamb. I have to set up a little bit of stuff in the beginning here as well, like normal, so people who haven't seen this stuff know a little bit of what's going on and you can kind of make sense of it. I'm the Exalted Lamb 1 on YouTube, but Exalted Lamb 1 on Telegram. I'll have a link below in the description box if you want to sign up for Telegram, get my notifications of these videos, because YouTube turns them off for most of my subscribers. And that's why I have so many thousands of subscribers and only a few thousand watch my videos now. It's insane. 28,000 plus subscribers, and I'm lucky to get 3 to 4,000 views now, which is redonkulous. I mean, it's crazy. So my motto is having no part in the worthless deeds of darkness, but instead exposing them. Ephesians 5:11. Yeah, and my goal is to warn people of the dangers and the horrible things that are coming, so they can come to the Lord Jesus. And He's showing me these things, giving me clues and breadcrumbs. Okay, and then I have to interpret those things into what's coming. He can't tell us exactly what's going on. Just imagine if He told me 5 years ago or 6 years ago or 6.5 years ago when I started my video or my YouTube channel that, hey, this is what stuff's going to happen on this exact day. Then what do you do with it? Then what do you do for 6.5 years? You start throwing stuff out there for that amount of time, and then people are going to wait that long, whatever. No, during the process, I'm learning and growing in what the details are, and I have been on all this whole timeline. By the way, my whole timeline's pinned to the top of comments of this video. And then, as you're going to see here, a version of it, a rough version of it, pretty soon here. But my entire timeline is going to be pinned to the top of comments here. So look at that, and see the events that are going to unfold. Most likely, again, most of those things are going to happen. As far as the time and everything, it's my best speculation. So here we go. So starting with the rule of nines. You see this scene like from the infamous 9, 1, and then 1. Okay, that is a giant 11, and it has to do with the biggest attack and the birth of the Antichrist on the 11th day of the timeline. Okay, and then anytime you have any number like 11 and you add 9 to it, 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. So anything you add 9 to stays the same. So again, you have 11. This is the rule of nines. Okay, 11 or any number, you add 9 to it, and for example, there, and it's back to 11, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. And then the rule of Kalel is a rule in Freemasonry that the Lord showed me through somebody else. Thankfully, it's been several years ago now. The Kabbalistic rule of Kalel states that one digit can be added to or subtracted from the gematria value of a word without affecting its value. This seems to modern ears to be a cheat. However, the Kabbalists or Kabbalists explain the rule by pointing out that for them, one was not a number. The monad symbolizes the divinity, and he could come and go as he pleased, adding nothing and taking nothing away. And so that's really important. I typically will take one away, and I usually won't add it unless I grab it from somewhere else. For example, if you take a cipher in gematria forward and then a cipher in gematria backward, and you could take from either one, and they add together. The Lord showed me that, and I'm going to show you examples of that. And the other thing I wanted to share with you as well, the rule of nines, rule of Kalel, and I'm going to call this the rule of O. Okay, the rule of O is 0 is hiding O, as in Obamazles. I'll say that. Okay, excuse me. Like if you're going in, if you're in college, you go into English 101, it's really 101, but people have been programmed to say O. Okay, and for reasons, because O has a number value of 15, and 15 is 1 plus 5 is 6, so it's either 15 it's meaning to show or hide, or 6 is hiding 2 plus 4, as in this year, 24. This year is a massively huge year, and so many reasons, and I'm going to show that. Excuse me, my throat's a little bit dry. Let me get a little drink of my beverage. This is the year, and as I shared in a video, if you go back, that a brother of mine did about the Revelation and the Stars, it's called. You can go back on my videos a little bit, and he shows how prophecy and stuff, there's like 5 different prophecies, and then if you look at the details like he did, it shakes out to this year. Now, he speculated about when, and he thought it might have been October, but he didn't realize that October is 10, and then Roman calendar December is 10, and there's so much more with that. And so it looks like it's December, and it's the month that in many religions, these saviors or these heads of these religions, these gods, were born on December 25th, and ultimately Stinky B.O., the god of this world, which is Satan, which is going to be Satan incarnate, is going to be born. Barack Obama, lightning falling from heaven, like Jesus said in Luke 10:18. Okay, so this is some of the ways that they hide these things are through opposites, which is mirrored of each other, mirror things. Opposites of this, for example, iPad Goat was released. If you don't know about iPad Goat, it's an animated video about the birth of the Antichrist, and most people don't realize what they're looking at when they watch it. It was about a 7-minute movie. Okay, 7-minute movie, and got all kinds of awards and everything, and it was shown on InfoWars, Alex Jones show years ago, as this guy just had a dream, and it was just some stuff, but it was to get in front of millions of people, so that started the the kind of fame or infamy of it and stuff. So anyway, it's opposites is one of the ways they use this, and so for example, iPad Goat came out on December 24th, 2012. December 24th is the December. Wow, did I say December? Is that's what I'm thinking of. It's June 24th it came out. Okay, the opposite 6 months later of the year, the opposite is 12/24, and then the year it came out was 2012, or that backwards is 12/20, because we do well, I'll go into backwards in a sec. The year was 2012, and that backwards is 12/20. So that's December 20th, and then 6/24, June 24th, the opposite of the year. Add 6 months or take away 6 months is one way of looking at the opposite of the year, is 12/24. So you have 12/20 and 12/24 in the date of iPad Goat. Anyway, and that's why it's the Santana or Santa-Nic or Satanic special. iPad Go 2 is a Satanic or Santa-Nic special. Okay, so opposites. That's one of the opposites. And then here's opposites right here. The sun and the moon, which are yin and yang. And dark and light, which are yin and yang. Okay, and then male and female, which are yin and yang. So, for example, a guy is yang, and white is yang. Black is yin, and gal or a lady, a female, is black as well. So you have this in movies and stuff like that. I'm going to give you an example here in a second of white and black, and that's all over. That's on the checkerboard in iPad Goat, on the Masonic floor in iPad Goat. because it's black and white. It's opposites. It's death and life, or death and rebirth, all kinds of stuff. So they show this in all these movies and TV, especially now. You typically will have a lot of times a white guy with a black gal, or a black guy with a white gal. It's all over the place in TV and movies in the last several years, more than ever before. Okay, and then backwards, like I shared, iPad Go came out in 2012. Backwards is 12/20. That's December 20th. That's when Stinky BO and Trumple and the Pope all die. So let's keep going. And then we have upside down and backwards. Okay, example of upside down and backwards is, look, real. You think something's real, okay, and then you take it upside down and backwards, and it's fake. See that? This upside down backwards is fake. And fake upside down and backwards is real. Anyway, that's ambergram. This is an ambergram. Everything's a version of ambergrams to them as well. Backwards, upside down, and backwards opposites. So we're going to work in that realm. Okay. This is the new timeline I have. That's and I'm showing basically kind of just in a nutshell, the main events that happen on these days, but there's other things that are going to happen. And again, my timeline's pinned to the top of comments on this video. So the first thing on this timeline is 12/6 and 12/7. These are the days of the year and the days left over. So 12/6 is 341st day of the year with 25 days left over, and 12/7 is 342nd day of the year with 24 days left over. And notice right here is a shadow of over here, because 6 is 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6, and there's 24. And then 7 is 2 plus 5 is 7, and 25 over here. And the days left over is 25, as in the 25th, and the days left over is 24, as in 24. There's all kinds of things like this everywhere in this. It's pretty crazy. In fact, the actual timeline of the 14-day timeline starts on the 13th, which is Friday. It ends up being the actual real Friday the 13th. And then the big attack day, days left over, is 7 plus 6 is 13. That's a 13. And 13 is rebellion, and about the birth of the Antichrist. There's so many things in here I could show you. And some of the things I'm going to show you over some time, and even in the second video, but it's too many things to share in a few hours, basically over 2 videos. My throat's a little funky right now. Excuse me. Okay. So, for example, here's a movie the only movie that was actually called 9, 1, and then 1. And I've shared for years that a 1 slash can be a 1 or a slash. Again, you can take the 1 away or add the 1. And one of the ways they do that is through a slash. Okay. You could take 1 away or add 1. Okay. And that perfectly follows the rule of Kalel. Okay, so 9, 1, and then 1 upside down and backwards is 1, 1, 1, 6 if this slash is a 1. And then you could look at it as 11, 16, which I thought it might have been. And I tried that, but that didn't work. And then so we're at, the only thing we have left with the same numerology with the days left over and everything else is 12/6, because you have 11 plus 1 is 12, and then 6. Okay, and then check this out. This movie came out in 2017, and the same thing with the Revelation 12 sign, 2017. There's all kinds of stuff with this, because not only is this 12/7 or 12/2 plus 4, but it's 12/7. So anyway, and then so that's, take away the 0 and you have 217, and then just flip the 2 and the 1, because that's backwards, 7th of December backwards, or just December 7th. 7th of December backwards, or December 7th. So you have December 7th and December 6th. And these are going to keep popping up. They're all over the place and things. And she is yin. She's a black woman. Woman is yin. Black is yin. If you look up yin and yang and everything that's yin, moon is yin. All these things are yin. So she's yin. And then a white male is yang. Yin and yang again, and I'll show you why they're pointing to yin and yang and everything. It's about the birth of the Antichrist, and it's about also the birth of darkness and light, the birth of the man-child up to heaven, which is light going into heaven, and then birth of darkness on the earth, the ruling of darkness on the earth. So it's a number of things, but I'm going to show you like numerically what it is as well. So then also Charlie Sheen, which is him right here. Then what happens is these actors and actors, they're all called actors now, I guess. All these actors, their numerology in their own life, their name, their birth date, all those details about them have to do with the movies and the shows and stuff they are doing, and so they're handpicked for all that stuff to keep this stuff going and to uh, you know ingrain the predictive programming into people. Okay, so Charlie Sheen is 107 or Decem 7. Okay, Decem 7 is December 7th, right there. And then this is right here. See this 217 is 217 or December 7th. This is Decem. Decem is 10 in Latin, but the 10th month in the Roman calendar is Decem, which is December. So that's 12. Another way of doing 12/7. 12/7 and 12/7 just happen to be in here. And that's a movie that came out in 27. There's so much more that's in here that I'm not even going to show. And then the reason why 107 is so important, it has to do with the Antichrist. And I'm not getting into it all right now, but it's really locked in also with Israel. Israel, the attack on Israel with Hamas and everything, and the war that they're in started on October 7th because 107 is Decem 7, and then you add that's on also on the Roman or on the Julian calendar. You add 13 days, and you have Decem 20 or December 20th, and that's when Trumple is going to be killed and Obama and things. So anyway, it's all linked together. And then look at Whoopi Goldberg. In fact, Whoopi Goldberg is a Jewish name. and anyway, there's so much all this stuff. So anyway, Whoopi Goldberg is these numbers right here. Now check, what are these? Well, we have 22 plus 2 is 24, the year 24. 9 plus 3 is 12, and then 6. And then this is 1332, which is without putting it right here. It's 666 plus 666. 666 plus 666 is 1332. And then we have this right here. What's 156? 156 is, well, the 156th prime is 9, 1, and then 1. And this is a movie about 9, 1, and then 1. I have to say it that way because of the Al Gore rhythms on YouTube. So, and then this is all about all syncing this together. Her numbers, her details, his numbers, his details, their characters, all sync to this idea. The 156 prime is, and a prime number, if you don't know, is a number that can be only divided by 1 in itself, and everything else is a composite number because they're different numbers can be divided into that number to make other numbers, or that number can be divided by other numbers that are not fractions or anything like that. So, okay, moving on. And then with Goldberg here, her birthday is synced to that as well, to this next 9, 1, and then 1, which is December 7th. Okay, and then watch. So we have 2 plus 2 plus 8 is, so this is from her birthday to this actual event, the next 9, 1, and then 1. Okay, and then we have December, which is 2 plus 2 plus 8 is 12, and then we have 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. 12, 7. See how I said that earlier, how December 7th is also December 2 plus 5 or 25th? Because it's the first attack, and ultimately the tsunamis and other things are happening on that day, which is the ultimate birth of the Antichrist and attack. Obama. Bomb. Get it? Okay, anyway, there's so much to all this stuff. So anyway, and then look at She Nugget here. His birthday is September 3rd, or 9, and then threes can be broken up into 1, 1, 1. So, and then that's a coincidence? No. And then so that one of the ones can be that slash or 9/1/1. And then he starred in this movie in 2017, and that's a coincidence? No. And then what's right here? Okay, we have 9, and they have 1, and then 6 plus 5 is 11. So we have 9, 1, 1, 1 right there. And then we're going to make that in a sense of slash, because slash could be a 1 or slash, and there you go. See, that's a coincidence. And by the way, well, I'll share this later about what 165 is, but look at 156 is the prime. The 156, you just switch the 6 and the 5, which you can. You can move these things around anytime. You get rid of any 9s, like I showed you with the rule of 9s. Get rid of any 9, and you have 156. The 156 prime is 9, 1, and then 1. Okay, I can't say the number. I can't say that word. 9. I'd say 9, 1, and then 1. Okay, so yeah, it's right in here. Right there, 156. And then also the 165th day of the year, was the day of the year that Trumple was born. June 14th, 1946, was the 165th day of the year. And this all ties into him. He's Mr. 9-1-1, and I'm going to share that with you in so many ways here. Okay, so look at Charlie Sheen's birthday to this first attack. Now we're going to go December 6th this time. I showed you earlier over here on that poster with Whoopi Goldberg and Charlie Sheen. Whoopi was 12-6, and Charlie had a lot of things about 12-7. Now it's the opposite. I just showed you her birthday to 12-7, and then his birthday to 12-6. Watch. 12 backwards, and then see this? 6 plus 5 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2, and then we have a 4. So we have 12-6. So his birthday to 12-6 is 12. 2 plus 4 is 6, or 12-24. Christmas Eve. And then the other one was Christmas and Christmas Eve, because ultimately that's the birth of the Antichrist, the Satanic Christmas special. So again, the 156 prime is 9-1-1. And then check this out. The 119th 119, or that backwards, is the 88th composite. Remember, composite is different than prime. Prime can only be divided by 1 in itself, and every other number is a composite number. Okay, but 88 is massively important because of how Trumple is tied to 88, because Trump equals 88. Okay, and then 156, which is the 156 prime, is 9-1-1, but the 119th composite is 156. See how this goes in a circle? It's crazy. So all these numbers are so important to what they're talking about here. Now, ultimately, I'm going to show you what they're showing. Okay, and Donald, as in Trumple, is 119. There you go. The 88th composite. So and Trump equals 88, as I'm going to show you. And Mr. Trump, as he's been called in many TV shows, he's had so many, as I've shown in the past as well, he's had so many cameos in different TV shows and movies. For example, Home Alone 2, he's in Home Alone 2. They don't say his name, but he shows the Kevin McAllister where to go or whatever in his building or whatever. But in many shows and TV and stuff, or movies and stuff, he's called Mr. Trump. Again, that's 119. He's linked to this so many ways. And then again, Trump is 88. And then even his first wife, Ivana, is 88. And so think about this. Her name was Ivana Trump, 8888. And that's a coincidence. And then his Donald is that. This is that. 88. There's a lot more to come. And then ultimately, by this attack that's going to happen, the next 9-1-1 on 12-6 and 12-7, then ultimately leading to 12-24 and 12-25, which is 2 mega tsunamis are going to hit both coasts. I didn't get into that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that real quick. I'm just going to go over this real quick here. Go back. I should have did that, actually. No, you know what? I take that back. Okay, you can read the timeline of the events there. You can read those events, okay? I said that the details would be... Okay, anyway, I should have done that, but whatever. This is all fluid. This is, I'm doing this off the cuff. I don't edit this stuff for the most part. When I'm doing clips of different things, of TV shows and movies and stuff like that, I edit. But otherwise, my failures are right at everybody to see. I don't try to do all that stuff. Anyway, so this next 9-1-1 is to foment civil war. Okay. And then see that. Remember, Donald, Mr. Trump is a 119 civil war, because what's going to happen when I'm predicting, again, and also, again, there's massive speculation because it's a massive predictive program. Look at my last few videos. I'm showing this about Barron and Melania, and I'm going to get into more of the part 2 here about more evidence about that. But Barron and Melania are both going to be killed, and that's going to really outrage the American public for the most part. Okay, and then also point fingers at each other and stuff even more with all the stuff that's already going on for civil war. So that's why they're linked to this, and also eventually in part 2, World War III. Okay, so anyway, civil war is not only 11, as I showed you, 119, but also its first and last letter code. Last letter code is LR, which is 1218, and that's the first attack date, 1218, when really civil war really will kick off, when things go down and we have people turning to zombies and this false alien attack that's coming and all that kind of stuff. Look at my timeline. And then first letter code is CW, which is 3 plus 23 is 26. And when you say 26, you say 26. You say 26. And remember what I said earlier, O is 15 and 15 is 6, and then 6 is hiding 2 plus 4. So 26 is 26, how you say it, 26, and then 20, and then 6 is hiding 2 plus 4. So this is crazy. And then so Civil War is going to ultimately kick off this for the first attack day of 1218, but there's more here because 1 plus 8 is 9, and then 9 upside down and backwards is 6. And so we have bring the 12 down, and we have 12, 6 is ultimately like the very beginning, beginning of this the Civil War. In fact, they're going to, the people that are behind the scenes and stuff, the elites that basically control most of the stuff, they're going to have these falsels, flagsels events that are going to be blamed on Christians and conservatives because of their reaction to Melania and Barron being eliminated by, and it looks like it's going to be some kind of Iranian-backed terrorist group, and that's also shown in Back to the Future, where you have the Libyans, and they come after Marty McFly and stuff, and that's the attack of the terrorist group and all that. So there's so much to all this. Keep going here. Okay, so we have these here, and then again we have yin and we have yang. Okay, yin and yang. Okay, remember yin and yang. Yin and yang is 156. Okay, see how that is? So it's programming you into not only the next attack day and the multiple attack days that are going to happen, but also that. So, and then let's look at more details of what what yin and yang are right here. So this is 6, and then 8 plus 4 is 12, and then we have 9 plus 3 is 12, and 6. Again, these are also 12, 24, 12, 24. Okay, and then right here that is of course 9, 1, and then 1, because the 156 prime is 9, 1, and then 1. And then this is also, well, before we do that, we have 2, 4. 1 and 1 is 2, 4. So we have December 6th, 24. 24 is also the days left over on the day 12/7. 12/7 has 24 days left over. Okay, it's crazy. It's the 342nd day of the year with 24 days left over. And that also is also of the 24th day, which is 12. 6 is 2 plus 4, the 24. So they kind of bounce off each other. It's crazy. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, and then also 114 is hiding. This is the big one right here. One of the big ones I'm going to share with you in this first video. 114 is hiding 119 because 4 is hiding 9. 9 is hiding 4. I know it seems like a stretch to some people maybe, but it's not, and I'm going to show how that is the case. Font and handwriting style. Certain fonts or handwriting styles might make the 4 look like a 9 due to the way the top loop is drawn. Angle of viewing. Depending on the angle you look at the number, the 4 might appear to have a more circular top loop resembling a 9. This is all planned, and most people have no idea, and I'm going to prove it in some ways. Okay, distortion or visual illusion. In some situations, visual distortion could make the 4 appear like a 9. So again, for example, like I said, 6 upside down and backwards is a 9. They do all this stuff. Remember, upside down and backwards, opposites, all that. An S can look like a 5. I mean, it's a myriad of stuff I've shared over the years, how these things are hidden in plain sight, other things. Anyway, so there's all kinds of examples I can give. Okay, so for example, look at this. I just put this together real quick. So you see how 9 upside down and backwards is a 6, and how 9 can be kind of hide, I mean, yeah, it's a rough hide, but it's there. It's there. So see how 9 can be a 4 and a 4 can be a 9. See how they're similar like that. It just have to be similar. That's it. Things just have to be similar. They have to sound similar. They have to look similar, be opposite similar. They have to be, all that stuff. So then see how this is 4 upside down and backwards looks like a 6. It's a weird 6, but it's a 6. And I'm going to prove this concept to you. Okay, so for example, the devil, is in the Bible, for example. The devil is Lucifer, or Satan is called the devil. Okay, in general, just there are devils and then there's the devil. And we know that Satan is, in the Antichrist, is 666. Well, that devil is 444. How? Okay, and then temptation. Now, I'm using reverse primes because it's apropos, and because remember the 156 prime was 9 1 and then 1 and all that, but also because there's a lot of reasons why this reverse primes works perfectly. I'm not getting into all that, but if you take 444 and 444, because these equate completely that the devil is the father of temptation, of course. Okay, so these equate perfectly, and they're both 444, but turn them upside down and backwards, and see how they're both 666. And that's a massive off the charts coincidence? No, it's because I'm showing you that 4 is hiding 6. I'm sorry, 4 is hiding 6, and 9 is hiding 4, and 9 is hiding ultimately 6. Okay, so Lucifer, again, Lucifer is the guy that turns into Satan and all that. Okay, who becomes Satan. And then also killing is, I mean, basically murder, killing, all that. I mean, that's from the father, the devil, he was a murderer from the beginning who kills and all that. Okay, so then those, of course, upside down and backwards. See how they're 666, 666, and that's, see how 4 is ultimately 9. Okay, and how 9 is ultimately 4. Hopefully you see more of that, but I'm gonna show you more. So Donald, again, like we said, was 119. Okay, and Donald, as in Trumple, was the 45th president, and he's going to be, or he was elected president elect, the 47th president. Again, this is all planned, and I'm showing all you Trumple supporters, you are being duped massively. If you don't get that, you got to watch my videos over the last 6+ years. I mean, I prove it basically that this guy is he's a Grandmaster Knights Templar. He's a Freemason. He's the top Freemason, all that, both. And he is designed. He is, like I said at the very beginning, 6.5 years ago. He's the Trojan horse for the Christian conservatives, for not only what's coming for Civil War and World War III, but also he brought the hokey pokey. And if Hillary won that election, no conservative Christian would have pretty much taken the hokey pokey. But many did, too many, and they're going to regret it, unfortunately, because they're going to flip a switch, and a lot of people are going to turn into zombies. It's crazy. It seems too fantastical, but it's true. Okay, so 45 is 4 plus 5 is 9, and 4 plus 7, as in the 47th president, 11. See that? Look at that. I mean, and he's Mr. 9, 1, and then 1 in so many ways I've showed all the time. And then another hidden thing is 9 times 11. People don't realize that when numbers are by each other, they can actually be times each other. That's actually in math, in different ways. Sometimes they're by parentheses, sometimes they're by different things, but you don't realize that's what they do. And I'm going to show you some of the secrets of that. 9 times 11 is 99. 99 is a big number. Donald John Trump in Jewish Ordinal is 1 plus 89 is 99. See that? And then check this out. If you take 45th president plus times 47th president, or 45 times 47, you get 2115. Okay, first of all, that's 216, and backwards, that's 6th of December. Okay, but check this out. Donald John Trump in Jewish, so we have Jewish Ordinal and we have Jewish, is 12, and then 8 plus 7 is 15, or 12 backwards, 15. See, 12, 15, and 12, 15, or 15 and 12 backwards. I mean, this is all related. And see how these are all these numbers. Now watch this. Again, like I said, this was 6, 12 backwards, or 12, 6, or 12, or 6th of December. 6, and then 12 backwards, or December 6th. Okay? Or 1 plus 2 is 3, 36, 36. And then Donald John Trump in Jewish reduction is 36 backwards. So 36 or 63 backwards is Donald John Trump. I mean, it's crazy. And then even more than that, if this is all pointing to the ultimate dude, the Antichristos, which is Barak. And remember I said Donald was 119, and then look, Barak is 36 and 126. The next 9, 1, and 1 on 12/6, or his birthday on the 216th day of the year. Barak is 36, 36, 126. See, and that's 3 6s, which is 666. He's 666. He is 666. And right now he's 6. When he becomes the Antichrist, he's going to be 63, which is 3 6s backwards. I mean, are you kidding me? 63. I mean, anyway, it keeps going. Another aspect of this is 119 is 1 plus 1 is 2, or 29. And then this 9, 1, and then 1 happened in Manhattan. And the one that's going to, the next one, well, I don't know when the next one's going to happen with Melania and Barron, actually. I'm not really sure. But the one after that, the next one in Manhattan, which is going to kill Trumple, is, again, that's his numbers. It's going to kill him. He's going to be in Manhattan. In fact, this whole court thing that was with his 34 felonies was in Manhattan, like I said it would be. Okay, and then again, 11 times 9 is 99. And again, 9 is hiding 4, so 99 is 44. And the 44th president is Stinky BO. And it just happens to be, to reinforce the idea that 4 is 9, or 4 is 99, Stinky BO's Michael, his Michael, or Michelle, sorry, is Michael, my Michael. How do you accidentally call your spouse Michael if he's not actually Michael? Like 3 different times on camera for millions and millions to see, or maybe even billions. So again, his name, I mean, sorry, her, he, she is 99. See how that's 44 is 99, 4 is 9. More evidence coming. Okay, so this happened on 9/9 of 2017. Again, 99. 99 is what is this ultimately about. Yeah, this is so crazy. Anyway, so Jupiter exited Virgo. Jupiter went into Virgo, bounced around for about 9 months, and it came out between her legs, and that's not anything. And there was so much more to this. But Jupiter, this is then 14 days later became the Revelation 12 sign. But on 9/9/2017, it was the birth of Jupiter. And it's birth of the man-child, because Jupiter is the king planet, or the birth of the king, which is the man-child that's going to meet up with Jesus to be the body meeting up with the head. So the man-child birth into heaven. It's also the god Jupiter, which is the Antichrist, another version of basically Nimrod. All these gods like Jupiter and all these different gods of these different mythologies are ultimately Nimrod, the Babylonian mystery religions, repackaged. So Jupiter being birthed right here on 9/9. Now watch this, okay? So Jupiter equals 9/9. What a coincidence. And this has to do with the man-child going up to heaven, or rapture. And rapture equals 99. What a shock. On 9/9, Jupiter equals 99 and rapture equals 9. And this is about the man-child going up to heaven, rapture. And that's a coincidence? No, I think not. And then from the Bible, what do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountains and then go and search for the one that went astray? And that's from Matthew 18:12. And 18:12 is 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. 1, 2. And upside down and backwards is 216. So we have 217 and 216. Like I showed you earlier, what was 217 or 2017 from that movie 9, 1, and then 1, ultimately is 12:7, because you just switch the 1 and the 2, and then ultimately the birth of the Antichrist and the man-child up into heaven is 12:24 and 12:25. Okay, and I'm going to prove that in another way. So, like I said, 12:25 is that, because we went from that, take away the 0, and then we switch the 2 and the 1 to get to that, and then we have 12, and then 7 is 2 plus 5. You see that? Now the month and the day are hidden in the year on this example. Well, this is symbolically the birth of the Antichrist, and I already know the day and the year, the month and the day. Now, what's the proof of this year? Okay, watch this. If you take this year, how does this equate to that? If this is right. So in this year is the month and the day, as I'm showing you. But then how does this year equate to this month and day? Very easily, but I'm going to show it in 2 different ways. So this year is this 2024. It's also just 24. This is year 24, okay, of 2000. Okay, so, but what's 24? Hiding, most people don't realize, 24 is hiding 2 4s, 44. And to prove that even more, 2024 is 20 plus 24, which is 44. And then what did I say earlier? 44 is hiding 99. Remember, 4 is 9. There you go. See? Boom. And I have even more than that, but that I'm going to show you, even in part 2, that's massively off the charts. That these two dates are connected. The symbol of the birth and the actual birth, and how they're linked. Okay, and it's coming here. Watch this. So now let's take the Antichrist and when he's actually born. The Antichrist is Stinky BO, the 44th Prez. Again, the 44th Prez, 44 is hiding 99, rapture, and he is Jupiter, 99, and several things with that. Okay, and then December 24th, Christmas Eve. Okay, he's going to be 63 years old and 143 days. 1 plus 43 is 44. And then this is 12. 3 is 1 and 2, and 6 is 2 and 4. 12, 4, and then 1 plus 43 is 44, or 99. And then also, another thing crazy about this, I've been saying forever, the Stinky BO and his cohorts are the false 144,144, because Stinky BO is 44, or 144 is the opposite to that. He's also 144, because his birthday again, everything's a 2-day process. So you got Christmas Eve and Christmas, the birthday Antichrist. It depends on your time zone. If you're in the West Coast and Hawaii and stuff, you're in December 24th, and he's from Hawaii, supposedly, not really, and then if you're on the East Coast or whatever, then it's December 25th. So everything's a 2-day thing, because we have time zones and all this kind of stuff, and we have a happening day and an occurrence day and a reporting day. Those are both in play. Okay, I've explained all that for a long time. And so from his birthday, his birthday to his birthday is 144. So he's the false 144, and me and others who are part of the faithful are part of the 144,000. Now, a lot of people go, oh yeah, there's got to be virgins and all this kind of stuff and all that. No, it's spiritual virgins. Paul said, I wish to present you to Christ as a pure and chaste virgin. And that's a virgin that's purified by faith. And that's so, and then if you want to see scriptures about that, in my description box below, on the very bottom, you have 3 different categories, 3 different links to downloadable documents. And one of those things are who the real 144,000 are, and the scriptures based on that, and how the innocent children are going to be taken, and all kinds of stuff. It's all there. So check that out. It's a downloadable document. And this is all scripture based. I mean, just because I don't get into scripture all the time or very much doesn't mean it's not. It's just the aspects in which I'm dealing with this. And then I'm dealing with all kinds of people. A lot of people that see my videos are not Christian. So you're not going to belt them over the head with scripture. Unless it's appropriate and it makes sense, and I'm trying to warn people and do it in the way the Lord wants me to this way. So if you don't understand that, then you're ultra religious and you just need to leave anyway. If you understand that, then hopefully you understand that, because you have to bring the message in the way that it works. And I'm basically bringing this message and this warning to everyone, so it crosses all beliefs and everything like that. So, and here and there I'm going to mention, hey, I know Jesus and all this stuff, and he gave me this information or some of these understandings and all this kind of stuff, and it's up to me to try to piece it together. He can't give me the whole picture, because that's just not how it works. He can't do that. So, but he gives me the details, and then it's like in the Bible it says, it's the glory of God to conceal a matter. It's the glory of kings to search it out. So I am searching it out. I'm searching out the things that are hidden. Anyway, so let's keep going. Wow, that was a missing slide. Okay, anyway, so then also if we go from Stinky BO's birthday, okay, to this, in a sense, symbolic birthday, we have some numbers here. We have 3 plus 7 is 10, and then we have 56. So 10, you can take away the 0, and then we have 56, and we have the 156 prime, which is, what's that, 9, and then 2 plus 2 plus 7, so that's 9 right there. 2 plus 2 plus 7 is, well, that's just a coincidence? Not really. You can say, oh, you can make numbers whatever you want. No, you can't. Not like this, when I show it in so many different ways. And what I'm going to show in my part 2 is going to be, man, it's going to add to all this and just blow your ever-loving mind. Okay, or do it backwards. Remember, this is 10, or take away the 0, so you have 1, and then you have 56, and then the 165th day of the year is, like I said, Trumple's birthday, the 165th day of the year, right there. And then he's associated with 9, 1, and then 1 all the time. And then 9, 1, and then 1 is 165 or 156. The 156th prime is 9, 1, and 1, or 165, the 165th day. So Trumple was born on the 165th day of the year, and 9, 1, and then 1 spelled out equals 165. That's another coincidence with him. No, he's Mr. 9, 1, and then 1, okay? And then 9, 1, and then 1 spelled out is also 99, proving that 9 times 1 and 11 is 99. And that has to do with the birth of the Antichrist and the man-child, and it just happens to be 99? I don't think so. Okay, and then this is something the Lord just brought to me recently, and I know each day, like I said, there's each event has 2 days. There's an actual day, event day, and there's a reporting day. But I was like, and I thought about 9/12. Okay, so 9, 1, and then 1 back in 2001 was the actual event. But then the next day was a big reporting day. Well, I mean, it happened early in the day, okay, in the morning in New York, but the next day is still a reporting day. I mean, whether it's, it still is. So that is a big deal. And so when the Lord led me to that recently, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this exactly shows the next 9, 1, and then 1. Okay, let me show you how. And sometimes it's a puzzle. The Lord has been telling me for last few years, it's a code of a code of a code. And it could go code of a code of a code of a code of a code, but he said it was a code of a code of a code. Okay, so code of a code of a code is, so you have the next day after 9, 1, and then 1, which is a reporting day, which is still linked to 9, 1, and 1, or in a sense, the next 9, 1, and then 1. Hope you understand that. The next 9, 1, and then 1, because 9, 12 is right after 9, 1, and then 1. I have to keep saying it. So stupid I have to keep saying this stuff like that, because guess what? I've had all kinds of massive truth videos that have exposed Trumple for who he really is, and they took those down. And also about the hokey pokey and everything. And I almost lost my channel because of these, because they warned me, and then now I have to talk in massive code, because they're going to they would suspend me and I'd be done. I couldn't say anything. If it doesn't go along, if it's certain things don't match exactly what they're trying to say in their narrative. So now I got to talk in code, like 9, 1, and then 1. It's ridiculous. So 9, the next day, or the next 9, 1, and then 1, or the next day is 9, 12, 2001. Okay, watch now. These color coded. Oops. Wow. Okay. Okay. So remember, 0 is O, and O is 15, or 6. 1 plus 5 is 6. So these become 6s. And whenever I see O and O, or 0, 0, I think 12 automatically. But I'm just going to show you. So 6 and 6, 6 and 6, and then 6 and 6 is 12. Okay. Now look at this. Look, this is so crazy. But let's just keep going one more time. Now we're going to take this and flip this, because it's color coded, upside down and backwards right there. Now, what do we have? Well, we have backwards, okay, 12, 12, 6, 12. What's that? 12 plus 12 is 42, and then 6, and then 12. So we literally have backwards, and then kind of as far as the year backwards, and then the day, and then the month. So we literally have 24th year, 6th day, 12th month in this. And that's the next 9, 1, and 1. 24th year, or 2024, 6th December. 6th of December. 2024, 6th of December. Right there. In that. Hopefully that makes sense. It's crazy. Okay. Now, again, from the Revelation 12, it's not Revelation 12 sign. It's the birth of Jupiter out of Virgo. If I said Revelation 12 sign even earlier, I showed you what I meant. But Jupiter exited Virgo, and then 14 days later made the Revelation 12 sign. And that's why, another reason why the main timeline is 14 days long, because from the birth to the Revelation 12 sign is 14 days, and from the beginning of the timeline is 14 days backwards to the birth, which is Christmas, and Christmas Eve and Christmas. So anyway, so we have from that, the symbolic birth to the actual birth, 263 days. Sorry, wow, did I say 263? 2663 days. How about that? And in Strong's, I have this a little bit too high here, but katapasis is what? Is rest. Man, you that are waiting for this day, you need to understand this. And I'm going to get into this more in the next video, but it's rest. You're going to enter his rest. It is awesome. This is the symbolic of the birth of the birth of the man-child, even the Antichrist, but the birth of the man-child into heaven. And on this day, we're going to enter into his rest. And then if you go to the 25th, okay, well, this is the scripture about entering into his rest. And I'm going to get into that in the next video, and how this scripture, and that is Hebrews 4:1-3, okay, about entering his rest. And God swore that the people that they didn't have faith and they would not enter his rest, but we would but it says, let us therefore fear lest a promise of being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. And yeah, this is Old English, but that we're not going to come short, the ones who are faithful, and we're going to enter into his rest. And then watch this. So then, anyway, so in the next video, I'm going to lay that out. Actually, let me go back here. Go back. So in this scripture is this date, this many days, and then that date in this scripture. And I'm going to show you that in the next video. So you got to watch the next video if you haven't. Man, you have to watch the next one for this. I mean, and other things I'm going to blow your mind with. But I had to do a little bit of setup with this one to show you kind of what I mean about the 9s being 4s and all this kind of stuff. And I'm going to make it a shorter video than normal so people consume it a little bit easier and all that, hopefully. And then watch this. This is extraordinary. I'm going to dive into this even more too. So then when you go from September, again, Jupiter exiting Virgo, the birth, the simulated or symbolic birth of the Antichrist and even the man-child, to 2,664 days later, on December 25th, 2664 is an extraordinary number. It's extraordinary. Not only is it 66 and then 2 plus 4 is 6, or 666, the birth of Jupiter, the Antichrist, but it's also all these. 888 times 3 is 2664. 666 times 4 is 2664. 444 times 6 is 2664. 333 times 8 is 2664. 222 times 12 is 2664. 111 times 24 is 2664. And a lot of people have seen these numbers repeatedly and they didn't know why. And even others, they tie in as well, but these are crazy. Okay, and also in the number 2664 in itself is 12, 24. And even here, 11 plus 1 is 12, 24. Even here, 3 is made up of 1 and 2, or 12. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24. It's a unique, amazing number, 2664. And I'm going to get into more details in the next video. Okay, it's going to blow you away. Okay, it's going to blow you away. And I'm going to get into more stuff with iPad. I'm going to get into stuff, well, not more stuff, stuff with iPad Goat and all that. Just mind-blowing stuff. So I'm going to leave it at that right now on this first video to make it more short and sweet. And just to remind you who he is, I put glasses on this jackwagon, who supposedly died, but he didn't. And he's going to supposedly die, but he won't. Okay, and there's been a lot of speculation that he's not really dead, and then he's not going to really die, but to the public, he's going to be dead. Okay, and then they just happen to be that, and they were best buds. I have so many pictures with him and as buds and friends, and they're both jackwagons to extraordinaires. Just say that much. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to thank you, the ones who support me and have always supported me, and the ones that are hanging in there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Whatever it ends up being, we're almost there. We're so close, and I really believe it's December. I really believe this is finally nailing it, but we'll see. We will see what it is. And just hang on to part 2, because it's going to blow your mind. I actually have most of it done, but I just have to do some intricate things with it to put it together, finish it up and everything. So thank you so much. Man, if you're able to give it all, a link is in the description below for PayPal, and also you can sign up with Zelle Pay, be able to give it all. I could really use it all the time. Thankfully, when I put out a request on Telegram for some help, I got taken care of for a little while and all that. But if this goes any longer, of course, I'm going to have to, of course, provide for my family and food and all that stuff, of course, like normal. So, but if you're able to give it all, the links in the description box below, or even anything like that. So I thank you so much. Wait, man, you're going to be blown away by even number 2. So I'll leave it at that. This is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.